So today I want to show you the items that I mentioned in the last video that I'll be using for my projects at the flip property. So the first thing is the dresser, and this is the dresser that I'm going to be using as a sink cabinet for the bathroom, which I just think it's really cool. I didn't want to use a standard cabinet. I just wanted to do something unique, and I wanted it to be cottagey, so I found this dresser from someone on Craigslist, and I'm just really happy with it. It has some storage, some drawer storage. Of course, part of it will be taken up with the plumbing, but it's still, you get some storage, and I just think the wood is beautiful, and I think it's going to be great with everything that I have planned for the bathroom. So when I first got this dresser, like I said, I bought it from someone on Craigslist. We loaded it into my brother's truck. By the time we got it home and got it into the house, this freaking thing was like falling apart completely. I mean, I had to clamp the whole thing together like multiple times. There was a section in the back missing here, so everything was falling down there. All the drawer glides were like all completely crooked or missing, and I had to replace an entire drawer bottom. This thing was just a mess. But anyway, I barely managed to get it all back together. Now it's in pretty solid shape. And when I got it, it was a really dark finish. The woman I bought it from said that it is mahogany, and it is really a beautiful wood, so I'm hoping it really is mahogany. But it had a really dark finish to it, but the finish had a lot of scratches and things and bad spots, and plus I didn't really like it for the design that I had in mind. I wanted something lighter and a little bit where you could see the wood grain and everything, so it could really work for that cottage look. So anyway, I sanded it completely down, and I did put a coat of stain on here just to bring it into more of like a warm wood tone, but just a light coat of stain. And I put a lot of polyurethane on this. I put I think 3 or 4 coats on the body of it, and I think I put an extra coat or 2 on the top drawer here that's going to get a lot of wear and a lot of water. And on the top I put, I believe it was actually 10 coats of polyurethane that I put on here. So it's pretty water resistant. I mean, someone will have to refinish it at some point, some years down the line, but anyway, I think it's going to be fine. Let me just show you what the sink I have for it. This is the sink that's going to be going in here. I just ordered online. I like it because it's pretty big, big enough to be a good, like a full bathroom sink, but small enough that you can still use some of the surface area here, to put stuff down on here, because there really isn't going to be any other surface in the bathroom. And let's see, in here I have the faucet. And the faucet is going to be mounted to the wall. So I know it's hard to really tell because this is way up here, but this will be just above, mounted to the wall. And I like the look of the wall mounted. I haven't ever done one, and I wanted to try it. And also I liked it because it's just one less thing that has to go inside the cabinet, because the water lines can come up through the wall and to here, and so that's one less thing taking up space inside the cabinet. Above this, I have this mirror, and I hope you can see this. I've started gilding it. It started off in this really dark finish, but that wasn't going to work for my design, so I started gilding it, and I'm using this like gilding wax. I will show you a better shot of it so you can see what it is. You just buy it at the craft store. It's not expensive. This one's kind of dried out, but It was kind of dry when I used it, frankly, but this one is really dried out. I have another container to do the rest. But you just basically take it out and just work it in with your finger and then rub it off with a cloth to kind of buff it. And I like this product a lot because you can actually build up the finish on here. So instead of just getting a color, it's not really like painting. It's you get more of like a rich look to it and more dimension because you can actually build it up. So the surface is kind of like, you know, not exactly smooth, and it just gives a little bit more interest to it, and I like it, and it's not very expensive. After I get done with the whole thing, I'm going to put a coat or two of polyurethane, probably semi-gloss, because I do like the sheen on this one, the shine for it. Gloss or semi-gloss, I'm not sure which, but since it's going to be in a wet area, and I don't know, I just want to protect the finish, make sure that it really is durable. On that note, these were the original handles for this dresser, and I didn't really care for these handles. Also, they were not in great shape. Some parts were missing on some of the handles, and so I ordered some new handles. I found some really cool ones on their pulls on eBay, and the price was pretty good. But rather than paint them, I wanted them to really pop out with this to match this gold finish. And I didn't want to just put paint because they're going into the bathroom, which is such a wet area, and they really will be getting used because the drawers, you know, they're real drawers, and people, you know, someone's going to be opening and closing these drawers, so that finish will never last. I don't care how well you paint it, it's going to wear off, and I just really did not want that. So I decided to try having the pulls powder coated. So I took them to a shop to have them powder coated. I don't know how it's going to come out. I picked out they have all kinds of colors and finishes, you know, well, yeah, I guess you could say finishes because some of them are shimmery and some are not. I chose a shimmery gold finish that I thought was the best match for this. We'll see how it all comes out together, but, you know, when they're next to each other. But I'm really excited to see how it comes out. I don't know, I'm excited to try it because I've never had anything powder coated, and I just am excited to see how it's going to come out. And the cost was not too bad. They have a minimum order of $50, so that's what I had to pay for the handles. But they also took all the hardware, so the screws are also going to be powder coated, which I think is really cool. So I'm excited. I'm hoping that I'm going to get some, you know, more things powder coated in the future. But anyway, I'll take you there when I go to pick those up. Hopefully they'll come out well. If not, you know, we'll figure something out. Either do another finish or another finish on this that matches those. But anyway, I'm excited about that. Let's see. Behind here, we're going to do this. As I said, this is in the cabinet. Then this goes above, just above that. This will be mounted on the wall above this. And then I think I'm going to do tile behind this whole thing, but just neutral. The bathroom is going to basically just be white subway tile with black sort of accent tile. So I'm just going to do like a neutral white tile behind this with maybe a black trim around the edge. And just, you know, because you'll have the splash from, you know, the sink. So I think that'll be great to have that. And oh, there was one more thing. Yes, this shelf. I mentioned that I might be mounting a shelf to the wall if I can take the radiator out. And this is the shelf that I was telling you about. This thing is really cool. I think it's an upside. My brother pointed out to me that the way that it's sitting is actually upside down. When it was mounted, this was the bottom, and this part that's on the bottom was actually on the top. But I'm going to leave it this way. But it's a little bulky on the bottom, so I'm going to take some of this trim off just to have a smaller footprint at the bottom. And I'm going to paint this whole thing black. and mount it to the wall. But I just loved it. I thought it was like just so darling with this little, you know, these curves and cutouts. And when I saw it, I just thought, oh my gosh, I have to have it. It's like perfect. It's so shallow that it fits into the space, and I just love this little design here, and I can't wait to see how it looks painted black. I got it at this shop called Beatty American here in Philly, and I love that shop. I've gotten some other things there that I will show you also that I'll be using in the house, but I'll take you there with me one day too, because it's a great shop, and the owner, Bob, is awesome. So anyway, I'm hoping that I get to take out the radiator and use this in the bathroom. I think everything together is just going to look killer. You know, I've got the matte black, you know, hardware, the finishes here for the faucet, and also in the tub and the shower head and all that. And I just think it's going to be unique. You know, it's going to have enough of a flair that it's going to be stylish and very cool, but I think it's going to be subtle enough, or at least like neutral enough to appeal to a lot of people. So I'm really excited about it. Okay, so let me get this out of the way, and now I'll show you the fireplace piece. Oh, and I forgot, here's the tile here. That's also going to go in the bathroom, so you can see how that all works with the whole black and white and then the pop of gold. I think it's just going to be cool. So here is that fireplace support that I was telling you about, that I got. I found it on eBay. It's from India, and it looks like an antique, but and actually it's made with antique pieces, but it's like pieced together from different old pieces, and there are some new pieces in here. But anyway, I just thought it was lovely. I just love this little part here. I think it's perfect for the cottage look, and you know, I have the option, if I decide that this is too subtle, to kind of punch this up with some more color, or just leave it as it is. But I think it's I think it's wonderful the way it is. So this is the mantle that I took off, that I told you about, still painted. So this is basically, okay, so this is basically how it will be. You know, this will just be kind of like a decorative support under here. We'll mount this to the brick, and this will be sitting on top. It's going to have to be trimmed down to accommodate the new drywall, so my brother will have to figure out how to do that. And I'm going to take the paint off. I think I'll probably, since it's such a small piece, I'll probably just sand off the paint here, I'm thinking. But I really like the way this looks underneath, and I'm hoping I can get to something kind of like this on the top. I may have to put a coat of stain on here, you know, to get back, you know, to get a nice rich tone like this. But I want it to look distressed, and I think I can accomplish that with this same piece of wood. So here is the stained glass window I was telling you about. That's going between the kitchen and the dining room. I just fell in love with this piece. I just thought it was streamlined enough, but sort of intricate enough to just strike that balance. And it has enough color, but it's not crazy. And I didn't want anything that looked really churchy or anything like that. So I was just so happy with this one. I had an idea that I wanted to have blue, so this had a nice pop of blue. And it's got this orange, which I love. I love orange, and it's got this little soft yellow here, which honestly I'm not really sure how much of this you're going to be able to see once it's in place. But I did stop at the house, and the new windows are in. So that alcove in the kitchen where we're putting the sink now has a window above it, and so the light will come in through that window and then can come through this stained glass window above the opening and into the dining room. So hopefully that'll be enough light that you can actually see the colors in this. And even if you can't, I mean, it's still going to look great. I just hope it works out. I mean, I hope it fits in there and everything. So here is the tile I showed you before. It's for the bathroom, and I'm also using it in the kitchen. It's pretty affordable. I got it at Home Depot, and it's not expensive at all. It's made to look like cement tile, but it's actually porcelain tile. So you don't have to worry about sealing it. Porcelain tile is very durable and very dense. So it's a great durable tile, and I'm excited to use it. And it wasn't expensive. It's less expensive than cement tile and less maintenance. So fantastic, right? Here is the tile that I'm going to be using for the backsplash in the kitchen. It's actually this color here. I will give you a better close-up. But when it's in the window there, it kind of looks like it might really be more like this color, but I've checked it over and over again, and it's really closer to this blue-green color. And I like this blue-green color. So I'm going to do the backsplash in the kitchen, this color, and in a subway tile. I love subway tile. I mean, I've been doing subway tile since before subway tile was popular, or before it was like a craze or whatever. But anyway, I did it in my first property that I rehabbed in New Jersey many years ago, and like I think I got it in 2000 or 99 or something like that. But anyway, this tile here I'm going to do with a white grout. So I think that would be really lovely. I want to have white shaker style cabinets and a white countertop. You have to see what how all the prices work out, but even with whatever finish I end up using, I think I can still get a white shaker style cabinet and a white countertop, and then with this and the white grout, I think it's just going to be so sweet. Anyway, I'm really excited. We're going to have that. It's going to just tie in with this stained glass window, and I'm just really excited to see how everything turns out. So there are a couple more things that I wanted to show you, and I will probably just save that for another video. I have another feature for the kitchen with the piece that I put together, some things that I bought again at Beatty American. So we'll see that in another video. It came out really cool, and I think that was everything that I wanted to show you this time around. So I hope you're enjoying the design as much as I am. And please leave leave some comments. Let me know what you think about the design, whether you have any questions, whether you have any suggestions, or just let me know that you're watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like the video, please just give me that thumbs up, and please subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.